we just rolled here. It is February 9th, 2020. And yeah, I'm going to come at you here with a video. I'm going to try to keep it as short as I can. Before we get into anything, I'm going to be doing a live show, I think, with Mike and Cindy at Evolutionary Energy Arts tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So guys, go over and check them out. I'll leave a link. Come over and watch the show, show them some love. Come over and check it out and have some fun. But good information also. But anyway, actually, they're the ones that actually pointed me to this. I watched one of their last videos that Mike and Cindy had posted, and they were talking about this new disease that has popped up in Africa, Nigeria. All right, now this is something different than the coronavirus. Obviously, it says it's not Ebola, Lassa fever, or coronavirus, and they've tested for this stuff, and it's not coming back as anything now, and nothing that they've seen. So and what's troubling about this is it's killing people in 2 days. Okay, they're getting this virus or bacteria, whatever this is at the moment, some sort of disease, and it's killing people in 2 days. And but I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention. Now, this is over there in Nigeria. I'm not sure if it's a very populated area of Nigeria. I would imagine with all the heightened awareness around the coronavirus, anything else that's going on is probably going to get caught pretty quick. I would think, just because awareness is just elevated so high right now. But obviously, look at the coronavirus. I mean, it's all over the place. So, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second too. But as you guys can see, you guys can go down here and read this article. There could be some more updated articles out there right now. I'm not really sure, but again, they don't even know at this. In this article, they're saying that they don't even know what it is. It's not any of that. Now, it's in the Benue state in Nigeria. And so there's that. Okay, so we're going to talk about the coronavirus now, okay? And there's a couple things here I want to add. The numbers right now are coming in about 38,000 infected, and close to 900 are dead now from this. I'm not even going to show the website. You guys can go look at that for yourself. Because at this point, guys, I don't think those numbers are even close. I am still going to use it and show it to you guys because they are official numbers. But at the same time, we're just going to have to accept the fact that we're not going to know the exact number. And everything that I'm seeing and hearing, those numbers aren't even close, especially when I'm getting ready to tell you what I'm getting ready to tell you. Okay? And if you guys, if you have stuff that bothers you graphically, don't like to hear really graphic stuff, I'm not going to show any pictures or anything, but I am going to talk about this for a second. And it is pretty graphic. It's a disturbing topic. Okay, just to be honest. There's a doctor, Dr. Paul Cottrell. He's not an actual MD or anything, and I think I spoke about him before, but he's got a YouTube channel. He's been putting a lot of time and a lot of research into this right now. And one of his last videos, he was talking about the sulfur dioxide levels. Okay, he had heard, and he was asking to see if anybody knew if they were rising over there, and that kind of a thing. So I started digging into it myself just a little bit, just to try to figure out, if it is up, why does that even matter? What can we learn from that kind of a thing? Well, so I found a website, and it was the EPA website, and they were saying what the toxic and the lethal levels and stuff of sulfur dioxide is. Sulfur dioxide comes from burning of fossil fuels. That's mainly where it comes from, but it also comes from, and this is where it gets graphic, guys, burning of tissue. Okay. And this is where we're going to start having a question on why is this happening like this. And what we're seeing, guys, this is the United States. Okay, this is null school, and I'll give you guys a link to this. You can get a lot of information over here at this site. You can see where all the wind patterns are, all kinds of different gases. It gives you levels globally, what they are. It's just a really good tool. We can see, wildfires in Australia when that happened, as tragic as that was. You can see it on this site. When we had the dust storms over in Africa that were blowing across the Atlantic, and we were seeing Sahara desert sand over here in the United States, you could see that cloud coming across the ocean. This is a decent site to go to. It's good site, I think. So what we're looking at here, guys, is the sulfur dioxide level. So I got you over here to the United States right there. Sorry, I had to get a drink there. My throat was starting to choke up. But again, this is the sulfur dioxide levels. And this is globally. You can just take this map wherever you want to go. Now, that green dot right there, okay, that if you can move that around wherever you want. See how it's doing that? Okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to give you that precise level that it's reading in the area that you got that green circle. Okay, so right there, this is the United States. Okay, right about here, I think that's PA, right around in there. See the number right down here? 68.88. Okay, now I've already went through and I've looked globally to see if I could find some high numbers, and they're very sparse. Right here, where I'm looking at right here, is actually the most concentrated that it is pretty much in the whole world. But up here in Canada, just past that, we can get to that dark circle, and you can see how it changes. 65 is, let's see if I can get it to go higher, maybe. 118, that's the biggest one I've seen there, okay? Now, okay, keep in mind, that's 118, and I couldn't find anything that looked to be much more than that, okay? But let's do this. Let's go over here to China. So as we rotate across the globe here, you can see how that the sulfur dioxide levels aren't as high as they are in the United States and in China. Well, obviously, there's more people in China, right? So what happens? People drive their cars, sulfur dioxide the levels get higher. But this is strange, okay? In Wuhan over there, guys, they got the city pretty much locked down and everything. And the issue here is, they're not driving as much. So the numbers should be coming down. But it doesn't seem to be doing that. And it seems to be doing the opposite. And again, right here, it's close to where it's at. I'm not sure if it's exact. Okay, you see that right there? Just pinpoint that. You see that right there? And I'm going to put a little green circle on it. You see that number down in the bottom left? 851. I was looking at this a minute ago, and I was actually getting a reading of like 900. Like there's 916. And these are very, very high levels, and it's very, very precise and concentrated right there in that area. Okay? So, what am I saying here? Well, the thought was that they were burning a bunch of bodies, okay, in these incinerators. Is that actually what's happening? I'm not even going to speculate, okay? I don't like talking about this. It actually bothers me. But something else we have to figure out too here, that if it is, sulfur dioxide levels are up, are they possibly, maybe, trying to increase it themselves to kind of mask what they're doing? Because, you could chalk it up as fossil fuel burn off. You really could. But what puts a wrench into that is the rest of the world ain't even close to that number. So why is it that precise, that high, in the very area that we're talking about all these sicknesses? You have to really ask yourself that question. So, and that's kind of the reason why I didn't even want to show you the official numbers, because I think they're so bunk that it's almost worthless to even show it. I'm still going to show it and give you guys numbers and stuff, but I really think that at this point, you can't trust any of that. Not even a little bit. Especially after learning this. Now, what's happening there, like I said, I can't say for sure. Is this because they are burning so many bodies, or is this because they're actually trying to add sulfur dioxide into that area to kind of mask what they're actually having to do? And there's also another train of thought there is, if it is lethal doses, are they doing this on purpose to control that? And that's, it's all a big bunch of questions, and I have no answers for it. All right, I just want you guys to be aware that that's actually what's happening. And, right here, it shows you that, as far as being a lethal dose, I don't even know what that is. Okay, but all I can tell you is that right there in that spot, it was 10 times greater than what the highest spot on the rest of the globe that I could find. And it's right there in the area where all the stuff is going on. It's just kind of hard for me to think that that's a coincidence. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So, and again, it might not even be exactly where Wuhan is. You can get on Google Maps and look, but I guarantee you it's close to that. I know it's right there in that region. So, whatever's going on there, guys, I don't know, but I did want to share that with you guys. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you an update here on the magnetopause and what we're getting solar wind-wise. And I'm seeing some pretty decent hits again, guys. As you can tell, I'll just run this through like this. Now, I'm seeing kind of some pretty interesting things here, too. And when I get over here to them, you see all that intense pressure in the backside there? That's not so far out of the ordinary, but I do want to point out that when it does get in this close, we are seeing compression. That means a little bit more pressure is being put upon our planet magnetically. And sometimes that can increase earthquakes and multiple other things. So that's why I'm talking about that. But as you can see, we're still getting that kink in our front side line there with the bow shock. Okay, and it's not happening at the top. So it seems as though this stuff is directional still. But, you know, we are getting waves of wind from the sun also, and I'll show that to you here in a second. Now, yeah, so let me just grab the slide bar here and see if I can't get you guys a better look at this. Okay, now, right here at the end, see what that did right there? Watch right in here. Okay, you're going to see that energy kind of just peel off by itself. See how that did that? Now you're seeing a big, you see that right there? That was a hit. I think, unless it jumped time. No, it didn't jump time. So we took a hit right there, and it shot it on out to the back. Now you see how, instead of having the energy kind of doing one of these, it almost seems like it went straight to the middle there for some reason. And then it's still happening as I'm doing this video, obviously, because I'm at the end of the time frame there. But you can see how that's normally right about like that. It's kind of what we usually see. See how the energy is at the top and the bottom, and it's symmetrical? That is very indicative of true solar wind and how our magnetopause reacts in a normal way. Okay? The only thing that wouldn't be, you know, good for us right here is because it is kind of in there, inside our satellite line. So, anyway, you can see, now watch, see how that peeled off to the bottom there? And then it did it again. Okay, and then it just started coming right out in the middle. Okay, you see how that's doing that right here? Again, it seems directional. And it even looked like it tried to stretch out there. We can't see what's back here any further, but so what we'll do is we'll look at this solar wind map, because sometimes we can see stuff here that we couldn't on the other. And again, this is the top-down view, guys. Okay, yeah, so we're seeing, and all that's pretty normal looking. Okay, it's not too bad. I mean, and we are getting some higher wind there, like 600, I think was the top there that I've seen. But we should be, and see right. Okay, now that was a hit. I'll give you that. Let me zoom in here. Okay, you see it coming right there? Now, with that being all the way across the screen like that, it most likely did come from the direction of the sun. That one did. Okay? Because it is. It's not coming from the bottom or the top or anything like that. It's coming right at you, and it's covering the whole area. And we can tell that because you always hear me saying, hey, it's symmetrical. When this goes through here, you're probably going to see it wave kind of like this, but it's going to do almost the exact same thing at the top also. Yep, it did. So you hit right there. Oops, see, and it's real quick. So you go here. You see how everything's symmetrical? It's happening at the top and the bottom there. And everything stays symmetrical. So whatever we got hit with, whether it did come from the sun or not, it came from the direction of the sun, most definitely. Okay? And again, that was just one little short little burst. Let's see here, how high did the wind speed get? It got up to like 800 or 900, right? Yeah, 866. Yeah, the wind, again, guys, for those that don't know, the wind speed's up here. It says 714 right there. And, okay, and we'll roll it through there. 866 was the highest it could be right there at that particular time. Let's look at the magnetic field lines here real quick. And we'll just roll this through like this. Okay, and yeah, see when we get hit, what I find a little odd on this one is when we did get hit like that, our magnetic lines, the lines there, those spaghetti lines, doesn't look like it really affected them very much. So, you know, I really don't know what's going on there. It definitely was a hit. But usually when we get hits like that, those start going all crazy different directions. So, yeah. Okay, guys, this is Schumann resonance. Look at this thing. Getting more spikes. I mean, it's just not, it's coming and going, but it's definitely spiking. And look at these. Okay, we don't usually see it like this either. See, remember I was saying they were kind of short-lived spikes? You're even seeing that down here in the little part of it. But this right here obviously was a continuous increase in vibration there. All right. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are having issues, you might want to look at this too, okay? Ringing in your ears, headaches, anxiety, actually, blood pressure, all that can be affected by this. But, you know, I really wanted to show that to you. I was asked to show the time and the date of these things. Guys, they're right here. Okay? I don't have to go look for them. They're right there, okay? This is the hour. And this up here is the date. So, and this is I'm not sure what time zone they use here, but you can get a good idea of what this is at. Okay? I think this uses their local time where they're at, and they're over in Russia. So, you know, you'd have to try to convert that over if you really want to know the specific time. But, you know, that spike there is big enough that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 hours. So, but yeah. So there's the update on that. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you an update over here at Seeds. Remember yesterday I was showing you guys that flash and all those captures that Scott had made and converted up. Well, we've seen another flash. You see that? Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. So I'm going to pause it. Try to pause it on that number. See if I can't get you over here and let you see the flash. It resembles the one we seen the other day. Okay? Let's see if I can't get you there. I was almost there and I freaking hit start again. Sorry. But yeah. I just want to show this to you. Okay, there's that flash. Oh, goodness. Okay. So we definitely had a flash there. Maybe it was back another day too. Let me go back one more day. Let's go back one more day here and see what we got. Yeah, I think this is where that second flash came in. So that would have been the third flash I just showed you guys. Okay. That is not the one we seen on the 6th. That's a different one. All right. Here's the one on the 7th. I will pause it. There. See if I can't. All right. Now I'll back it up a little bit. Okay. See, we had another one of those. Now remember, the one we seen yesterday was kind of like this. So, and then that kind of flipped around that way, like this. Okay. So yeah, what the heck was that? So we'll go back a day again to the 6th, and this is where we seen the original odd-looking flash right there. Okay. So yeah, so this has happened 3 days in a row now. Some sort of big flash that we can't really attribute to the sun because it's coming from a different direction. Okay. See? All right. So, you know, anyway, guys, but I did want to give you an update on all that, guys. And remember, guys, I'm going to do a show with Mike and Cindy tonight around 8 Eastern. That's over at Evolutionary Energy Arts, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and something else. Go check out Scott's last video he did. It's good. Okay. It's talking about the military guy that was talking about the Purple Heart, and he testified before Congress and all kinds of crazy stuff. But you guys will know who he is when you see him. I'm not. But yeah. So go check that out, because Scott really shows you something personal that happened to him with his grandfather that I think you guys would really like to see, because it puts stuff into perspective. And yeah, it's pretty hardcore stuff. I mean, it's pretty touching if you guys just go over and check it out. I'll leave a link to his Project Disclosure YouTube page where that video's at. I'm encourage you guys to sub to that too. He's putting a lot of good articles and stuff out over there, little short little videos, about 10-15 minutes long sometimes. And he doesn't just he's not really putting that one for the Planet X stuff. It's more of a news thing, and or it's actually just truth or information in general. So it does include some of this stuff, but he's integrating a lot. It's more broad. So yeah. So guys, go over and check that out. And remember, like I said, I'm going to be doing a show tonight. I'd like to see you guys over at Evolutionary Energy Arts around 8 Eastern tonight. That'd be 5 Pacific, I guess. So we're going to end it there. God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.